Welcome to day 10, guys. We're already at day 10. I can't get over it. Breakfast on this day was quite simple. I was honestly just trying to use up some of that squash and the pasta that we had left over from a couple of days ago. A while back, I shared on my channel that we eat something called fried rice noodles. It's not actually rice based, it's just because you basically make it the same way as you would make a fried rice, but you use noodles, whatever noodles that you have on hand. And I grew up eating this. We have it very, very rarely because my husband does not like it. So since I was having breakfast, just me and Zainab this morning, I went ahead and made some of that for us. You just go ahead and fry up whatever vegetables that you have on hand and season with your heart. I went ahead and added in some sesame seeds, hoping that they would get golden and crispy, but I don't think that I had enough fat for that in my pan. It's okay, it just added a little bit more protein and some healthy fats. Then I added in some garlic powder and mixed that in, and then made some space for my eggs to go in. Once the eggs are nearly ready, nearly cooked all the way through, I added in some ground ginger. This was a last minute add in just because I like the taste of ginger in my fried rice sometimes. So I figured that would add a little bit more flavor to these noodles. And then you add in your noodles and your soy sauce and just let that cook until all the noodles absorb the soy sauce and you are done. Serve it up and enjoy. This meal might actually be one of the most versatile, budget-friendly meals that I have on my channel. And now for snack, we had those fruit biscuits with jam. Let's pick stuff from the garden for tonight's dinner. We need tomatoes. You're coming home with me. And I found my little basket, so now I can feel cute when I'm doing this. Also gonna pick this guy. These tomatoes are a lot softer than we were hoping they would be. I'm gonna pick this one too. So we're gonna use them for cooking. And you know what? I'm gonna take this one inside. Oh no. Does anybody know if I can still eat this? Oh, I don't think so. Somebody let me know, please. I found a strawberry. And I know there's a second. Hello, Pepe. Hi. Are you stealing my tomatoes? Thief. Give it back. Thank you. Oh, that's not a tomato. There was another one. I guess something came and ate it. Or my daughter stole it. Which could very well be an option. It's not for rocks. Oh, be careful. Those are... You gotta be gentle. Come on. Look at this one. Isn't that weird? It's such a different color. I don't know why. It started growing that way and just never stopped. Okay. Let's take this one. And then this side is where we really need to focus. This guy. We're gonna need to bring some to the neighbors. Ah! Honestly, you stay there. That was just mean. Ow. And I can leave this one a little longer. No, no, no. Leave it there. Here, how about this? Have a tomato. There you go. Go have fun. No? Mm-hmm. I think you. Would you go goober on someone else, please? Mm-hmm. This is our harvest. Minus the strawberry now, I guess. Sit. Good girl. Okay, so I watched Dollar Tree Dinner's video on the spicy sausage chili. I want to make that, but I don't have sausage. I don't have a can of tomatoes, and I want it to be creamy, not tomato based, really. So we're gonna make our own version. This was our first year growing Scotia tomatoes along with cherry tomatoes, and I think we're gonna add these to our garden every year. They are so good. I've never seen a cherry tomato have so many seeds. Can you see that? Wait. Do your thing. Do it. Do it. It won't focus, but all those little white seeds and like, there's just so many. I don't like them for fresh eating, so we're going to cook with them. After my tomatoes were chopped up and ready to go, I went ahead and picked apart a chicken leg along with the 2 wings. The chicken in this dish is not actually serving as the protein source, it's just really there for flavor. I call this the frozen mirepoix, but I'm not sure if it actually is considered a mirepoix due to the fact that it has peppers. But I went in with salt, pepper, chicken powder, and then added in my tomatoes, tomato paste, and lentils, and a half of that block of tofu, along with about 3.5 cups of water. Now I will say that this does take a while, but while that was cooking up, I went ahead and made my emergency biscuits. I put that recipe on the screen for you guys just to make it easier, but I've made this on the channel a few times before. I just customized it and added spices that I thought would go along with the chicken chili. Call this a chili per se due to the fact that it doesn't actually contain any chili powder or chilies. But we're going to roll with it. That's what I'm calling it. And I'm sticking to it because it really did have that chili vibe, even though those spices aren't technically in there. So while we're waiting for dinner, my daughter asked for a snack and I let her have an ice pop that I made. I figured either a fruit serving or a fruit and vegetable serving along with dairy and very minimal added sugar is a win in my books. So she finished this whole ice pop. Will she have her dinner? I mean, she's probably going to taste a few things. I'm not expecting her to finish a whole plate. But this had a vegetable that she wasn't able to pick out. So this is a major win for me. As you can see, my chili is ready to go. And now I'm adding in my chicken. The reason why I added in the chicken at the end is because I didn't want it to lose any of its texture and just fade away into the sauce. I really wanted it to have that bite when you bit into it and that you knew that you were eating chicken instead of it just disintegrating. Also, this makes it a lot easier for me to pick out the chicken pieces for my daughter to eat. Now, this was served with some leftover rice because that's how my husband wanted to have it, along with the biscuits. I had it with the biscuits, he had it with the rice. My daughter had rice on the side, and I had reserved a little bit of that chicken that was not in the sauce just in case because, like everyone knows, she tends to not want to try things that are in red sauce. I don't know why, but she doesn't. Now, this video that I took really doesn't do it justice. It really did have a nice bright color to it. So my husband wants hot dogs tonight. We don't have any hot dog buns or any like bread even. we normally just have hot dogs on regular bread loaf. But I wanted to try this bun recipe that is in my Dining on a Dime cookbook. So we're going to go ahead and try that. This book was such a great investment. If I can make this bread, anybody can make this bread, because I'm telling you this right now, I usually make my emergency biscuits because they are a no-fail bread, because I fail a lot in bread. I don't like the kneading process. I'm not good at the whole leaving it for 45 minutes and coming back. I always tend to lose track of the timers, and like, it's just, I'm not really good at bread. And this was super easy. It was make up the dough, very easy, no fussing, just get it done, throw everything in at once, then let it rise for 10 minutes, I believe. Then put it on a cooking sheet, let it rise for another 30 minutes, prep your oven, put them in there for 12 minutes, which I really appreciate because it is hot. This is a good summer recipe. It's already hot. I don't need to have my oven on for an hour and a half baking bread. This was an amazing recipe, and I'm so happy that I actually tried it. I think I messed up. These are like the size of my hand. I'm gonna need to put like 2 hot dogs in there to make it work. But it'll make really good sandwiches. I messed up. But these ones look really nice. I'm so sad. I was scared of making them too small, and I ended up making them like 10 times too big. Wonderful. Even though this was the first time that I made it, this did have quite a bit more sugar than the classic pizza dough or any other recipe that I've tried in the past. And so I figured it might do well, salty or sweet. So I went ahead and put some butter on top of those 2 swirly buns. And I made a salty version with garlic powder, parsley, and some sriracha salt. And then I made up a quick cinnamon sugar and put that on top of the second one. I will say that this dough does really well on the sweet side. That cinnamon sugar was a great idea. For the buns, we're gonna have lunch. So I asked Zainab if she wants the rest of the rice or the pasta. She picked the pasta. I'm gonna add a little bit of chicken to it. I'm gonna have the rest of the rice along with some of this. By the time that we were done eating, the buns were ready to butter. Now you're supposed to butter them right after they come out, just to keep the tops really nice and soft. But I really wish that I would have kept at least 1 bun without the butter, just to know what it would have been like without having that really, really soft texture, because I like having buns for sandwiches specifically that have a little bit more of a bite to them or are a little bit more on the dry side. But I'll get to try that next time. Okay, so we're having hot dogs for dinner. Those are already on the boiler, and I'm gonna fry them up right after because my husband doesn't like a boiled hot dog, but I do, so I make them both ways. Anyways, we're gonna make the Logan cucumber salads again. We're gonna do the creamy version and the Asian style, just because I want to try the Asian style, but I'm not sure if it's gonna be my vibe. So we're gonna go ahead and make those, and this is gonna be our side. I was right initially when I said that I would need 2 hot dogs to fill 1 bun, but I went ahead and cut these in half, and so they looked a little more like a classic hot dog bun. And these were the perfect bread to hot dog ratio, and they actually stood up in the plate. You see that? Like, perfect. Thank you all so much for making it this far. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.